Hey guys, it's SOUNDCLOUD here with another Pigments tutorial. So today I'm going to show you a very easy yet powerful tutorial on supersaws. Everybody likes to make supersaws, and I'm going to show you how to make them on Pigments. So before starting this video, I want to give a huge thanks to Arturia, the sponsor of this video. We got some new gear here. We got our pigments. So let's jump from this into the DAW and get started with the tutorial. So here I opened up and have a default patch for pigments, which sounds like this. Very nice, very bell-like, but it's not what we want, so we're gonna select here new preset, and we are greeted with a wavetable here. Very nice sine wave, but we want to go into the analog engine, which is where our saws are. We want to make some super saws, so we need a saw shape here, and we have three nice saw shapes here that we're gonna play around with. So I'm gonna start by creating here something very cool. I'm gonna add a second oscillator here by increasing the volume. I'm gonna slightly detune it here with the fine tuning. Very nice. I'm gonna add a third oscillator here, which is gonna be 1 octave up. There we go. And it's not sounding super yet. It needs that nice little super here, which we're gonna increase the mix of, and then start adjusting. It's not very detuned yet to my like, so I'm just gonna there we go. That's more like it. I'm gonna add a second engine here again with a analog. I'm gonna do the same thing here, have these two slightly detuned from one another. I'm gonna disable the engine for the first engine for a moment. And then the third oscillator is gonna be 1 octave down. And again, I'm gonna add some super here, increase the mix. That sounds very detuned, so if we layer it with the engine number 1. Sounds a little bit too detuned, so I'm just gonna turn it down just a little bit here. Very cool. So now we're gonna go into the effects. We're gonna add a few effects here. So let me just turn off these two that are preset. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a nice little chorus. I'm gonna turn down the feedback, turn down the delay, increase depth. Add a little bit of phaser as well. Phaser, not, I'm sorry, flanger. we're doing with adding the chorus and the flanger is adding even more detuning to it. So now what I want to add is a multiband, so the OPP, which is just OTT. Very cool. Now I'm gonna add a multi-filter, which I want it to be high pass, just to remove a little bit of that low end, around 100 hertz maybe. And of course we need the classic delay and reverb. You can't go wrong with a little bit of that. So for reverb, I always like to choose the Hall reverb. I think it sounds fantastic. It's a very great preset that Arturia made here with Pigments. And then I'm gonna crank here the delay a little bit. I'm gonna make it ping pong, increase the feedback, add some high pass and some low pass to this. I'm gonna set it to dotted just for the sake of it. That sounds fantastic. I think that nice little tail of the reverb with the delay, I really enjoy it. And you can just adjust it. Like if you don't want it too much, you can turn down the feedback and the dry wet, maybe something like that. I'd suggest having more reverb than delay. I think the reverb adds a nice little mask to the supersaw that sounds fantastic. And then we can do some really cool things. For example, we can automate this cutoff here for the low pass by creating a cool little plucky tone. So if I go here into the waveform, set this to triangle, and then adjust the symmetry like so and make it unipolar, we can create a nice little pattern. Of course, I have to set here sync binary and maybe 1/8. And I want it to be free running, so that's synced. I'm going to adjust here the amount of that we want. And we can choose a different filter. For example, the Jupiter 8 filter sounds really great. And if you don't want to use a filter, that's okay. But changing the filter still does an effect here on the supersaw tone, because each filter gives it its own nature and characteristics. And you can notice here on top on the monitor, if I the Jupiter 8 filter has a little bit less high end, and let's see what the MIDI does. That cuts the low end, that cuts the high end a bit more, so it acts more like a synthesizer, where synthesizers don't have a perfect flat curve. It sort of dies off in the high end, something like that. Let's try the Matrix 12. The SEM here, low pass. This one sounds more bright, but it still has sort of that roll off in the high end. And then multi-mode again. This one's the brightest one with the high end, but I really like how the SEM filter sounds. Very beautiful super saw, very powerful. Arturia really gave us the tools to make some really awesome sounds with Pigments. So, as always, if you like this tutorial, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down in the description. Thank you, Arturia, for sponsoring this video. More videos coming up. Thanks for watching. Until next time.